I hear this a lot. I don't want to feel salesy, or I don't want to sell in case my audience unfollows or unsubscribes. Guess what? If they do, they were never going to buy from you anyway, and you're not in business just to keep providing free content forever. You're also in business to sell. And if you don't sell, you can't stay in business. Unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. Welcome to Imperfect Action. I'm Steph Taylor. For years, I read all the books, downloaded all the freebies, and did all the courses. But it wasn't until I started taking imperfect action that my business had its first $1 million year. Imperfect action is about doing things before you're ready, prioritizing consistent action over perfect action, and moving forward, even when you're not sure you're doing it right. On this show, you can expect mindset advice, actionable marketing tips, and strategies to build a business that brings you more profit, more freedom, and even more joy. Are you on the list to get my daily Biz Boosters? Every day, I'll send you a bite-sized prompt designed to help you grow your business in a more intentional way. Sign up at stephtaylor.co/DBB or at the link in the show notes. Hey, welcome back to Imperfect Action. This is episode 688. Today, I'm sharing 5 ways to create a little cash injection in your business when sales are feeling quite slow. Now, having the ability to generate cash injections on demand in your business, that means that you are much more in control of your cash flow, because if you are noticing, or you're planning ahead and you're tracking your cash flow and you're noticing that there's going to be a little dip, then it becomes more of a, cool, how can we bring in a little cash injection to buffer that cash flow, rather than freaking out and thinking, oh, I'm going to run out of money and I don't know what to do. And it means also that when you have slower months, those slow months become a little less slow because you know you can always bring in some sales if you need to. Now, I want to say, before we jump into this episode, I want to say not every offer has to be perfect before you sell it to your audience. Okay, one of my best courses came from a 3-hour workshop that I sold and then created and then taught live to my audience. So I hadn't created the course. I sold it as a 3-hour workshop. People bought it. I thought, great, they want it. Let me create the slides and let me teach it live to them. And then only later did I re-record it as a course. So the key with all of these ideas, when I'm talking through all of these ideas, I want you to think, what does my ideal client need right now? And how can I position this particular offer in a way that serves that need for them? What does my ideal client need right now? This is always changing. And one of the easiest ways to stay ahead of everyone else in your industry, all of your competitors, is to constantly be coming back to that question. What do they need right now? Because this will change. And this is where new opportunities can come from. Okay, so the first opportunity for a cash injection is to create a low-hanging fruit offer. This is what I call a low-hanging fruit offer. It's something that can be created and sold quite easily and quickly. It's not spending 6 months outlining and recording an online course before you sell it. And I teach this concept in a lot more detail inside Offer Less, Sell More, but essentially it's something like a VIP day or a group program or a mastermind or a one-off service that can be really created quite quickly. And you can sell it without a sales page, without a launch. It might even just be something that you sell by talking to somebody in your DMs or via an email. So the easiest way to come up with an idea for this is to ask, what do you need help with right now? Like I said, your audience and your ideal client's needs may have shifted, especially as the environment, the economy, it's all shifting really quickly right now. Okay, what is the core problem that you are solving? Pick a really specific problem that you are solving for that ideal client, and then you are creating a relatively easy solution to that problem. Like I said, you don't need a sales page. You just need to find out what they need, and then you can sell them the solution with a DM or an email, and then you can send them to a checkout page, or you can invoice them to sign up. We keep it really simple. And then if it becomes really successful and people really want it, then you can make it shiny later. Obviously, you're still delivering an epic experience. When somebody has signed up, they're still getting a great experience, but the actual sales process of it is a little bit leaner than what we would usually have. Okay, the second cash injection opportunity is to remind people how they can work with you. I don't think most online business owners don't do enough selling. Honestly, I don't think we do enough selling. And I hear this a lot. I don't want to feel salesy, or I don't want to sell in case my audience unfollows or unsubscribes. Guess what? If they do, they were never going to buy from you anyway. And you're not in business just to keep providing free content forever. You're also in business to sell. And if you don't sell, you can't stay in business. Unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. Now, we need to actually tell people how they can work with us. And you might not be at the front of your audience's mind right when they need to work with you. So remind them, hey, if you have this problem, this is how I can help you. If you are struggling with X, I have Y solution for you. Spell it out for them. Show them exactly how your services, your products, your offers are going to help them with the problems they are facing right now, or the desires that they have right now. This might be a series of emails to your list selling one particular offer. It might be a couple of Instagram posts. It might be directly reaching out to people in your audience who have expressed interest in working with you in the past, or who in the past have told you that they have this particular problem. Number 3, relaunch an existing offer. Now, I'm always on this podcast, I'm always talking about how you don't just launch something once and then forget about it. Go back and listen to some of my episodes in July, and I talk about the repeatable launch process a lot, right? Launching is a sales process that you can repeat over and over and over again. Even if that first time you launched something was a tiny, unsuccessful, quote unquote, launch it again. You know, the first time I launched the podcast launch plan, it was like a $2,000 or $3,000 launch. And then it made about $700,000 or $800,000, actually $800,000 in sales in the space of 12 months. Okay. And that was by launching it over and over again. So launch it again, run some kind of limited time offer, or open doors and close doors, or have a bonus that's added and then expires. Just because you've launched it once doesn't mean that you have exhausted all of the potential sales. It doesn't mean that everyone who is going to buy from you has already bought from you. You're going to have new people in your audience who don't know about this offer yet, or you are going to have people who are now at the point where they are ready to buy and they weren't previously. Okay, so launching is just a limited time sales and marketing campaign. So if you have a course that you created and it's sitting on your website and it's not selling on its own, or if you have a membership that is sort of steadily growing, but you're not getting any good spikes of growth, then these are good signs that you could launch it again. Number 4, chase up old leads. This one's pretty simple. It's the simplest way, and it's also the most overlooked one. Just because somebody wasn't ready to work with you or buy from you a couple of months ago doesn't mean that they don't ever want to work with you. And maybe they just needed to wait for the right time first. So reach out. Hey, are you still looking for help with ... Are you still looking for help with whatever the thing they inquired about was? Or if you have added a new way to work with you since you last spoke to them, you might say, hey, are you also looking for help with this thing? And then number 5, re-engage your old clients and customers. The old rule of thumb is that it costs 5 times more to get a new customer than it does to sell to an existing one. And I believe it's actually higher than that these days, given that we are just completely saturated with marketing messages all the time. So once you have worked with a client, or you've guided a customer through your course or other digital product, what do they need from you now? What is the next problem that they are experiencing? My friend Beck Miller from Health with Beck, she has her 3-week body reset is her signature kind of program where you lose a bit of weight in the 3 weeks. And then her next offer is her membership, where they can maintain and start building that healthy habit and lifestyle. Because now that they've lost the weight, that's the first problem solved. And now the new problem is maintaining that. So thinking about, what else can you help your ideal clients with? What is the next step that they can take to keep working with you? When somebody finishes Launch Magic, they always ask me, what's next? And if a few people are asking this, then even more of them are probably thinking it. So preempt this, reach out to them, tell them what that next step is. And this is something that we really focus on inside Offer Less, Sell More as well, right? I help you to intentionally design and refine your offer suite so that you can make more sales, you can help more people, and you can get out of that all or nothing revenue roller coaster. If you want to check out Offer Less, Sell More, send me a DM on Instagram. I'm there at stephtaylor.co. Send me OLSM in one word, or you can check it out at stephtaylor.co/OLSM. That is it for today's episode. If you're not already subscribed to the show, hit the little plus button in Apple Podcasts or follow in Spotify, and you'll just get each new episode straight to your podcast app every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Thank you so much for listening. Catch you next time.